Wow. Had I been in front, that could have been me, but that's why I looked left and right. Hello, YouTubers. It's me, Skeletor1. I know I haven't posted in a while, but really, there hasn't been that much for me to post. Or I should say, make vlogs about. Mainly because I haven't really been riding my motorcycle as much. I mean, I had a severe decrease in the amount of time and miles that I've been putting on my motorcycle. Nothing's wrong with the bike, nothing's wrong with me. It's just my job situation has me not commuting to work as frequently as I used to. So, I guess that's a plus and also a negative. With that said, I mainly get to work from home unless I need to come on site to do any training or anything along those lines. I'm a technical trainer for a global IT company, so I get to learn all kinds of neat gadgets and tools and software and applications and things like that, and get to pass it on to other people. So anywho, I know I did want to talk about a couple things. I actually did a little vlog yesterday when I was on my bike, but I ran out of time. My destination, I got there quicker than I had anticipated, which is not uncommon on a motorcycle. I usually refer to this thing as the time machine, just because whatever you plan, the time that you plan for your ride, you usually always get there a lot sooner than what you had initially planned. Which, you can't exactly say lead foot, so maybe it's just the throttle hand. You can't really say too much, what's going on there. So anywho, I hope everyone's doing well. It's February 5th or 6th. I think it's the 6th because it's Monday, I think. And as you guys know, I do have the opportunity to ride all year round here in beautiful, I'm in the Augusta area. This is not Augusta, this is actually Grovetown. The Augusta area here in Georgia. It's 40s this morning, low 40s, and when I get off of work, roughly around 5:30 or so, I will have 66 degree temperatures, and there's not going to be any rain, so that's always a positive. Although I did recently screw up my frog togs, which I'm very sad about. Those rain gear suits are amazing. I've used them for, goodness gracious, a very long time. And I made the mistake of coming home from a ride wet, or going someplace when it was wet. I think it was probably going someplace. Oh no, we don't need a jam on the interstate this morning on the way to work. So, but anywho, I guess I'll get a little bit more time to talk about things. Let's see, this is the kind of things where it kind of sucks, because with Mr. State Trooper here, I can't pull any bike shenanigans. There's no lane splitting in Georgia. It's not like California. So all you California riders, here's me being jelly right now, because I would totally do it. But anywho, totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh, rain gear. And I had to be going somewhere other than the house, because I put all my rain gear in my hardcover bag, saddle bag back here, and apparently I forgot about it, and I got mold in there, and I had to take my hardcover off and wipe it all out with some really strong bleach killing stuff. Although it wasn't really bleach, it's the cool stuff they use in the hospital that like kills every germ known to man. So I threw some of the, cleaned all that out, and I'm probably gonna have to get some new rain gear. So I ordered some yesterday. I'm gonna try out the Olympia rain gear, Horizon jacket and pants. So that'll be some good news. get to, you know, spend a little bit more money and get hopefully better quality. But I'm telling you, if they're at least half as decent as those Frog Togs were, I'll be pleased. Because Frog Togs, that's like low budget entry rain gear stuff, but those things, I tell you, I was kept dry in those. Come on, guys. It's not all that easy going like 2 miles an hour on a motorcycle. This is one part about riding a bike that's never fun. The super slowness. Okay, there we go. Score some points with the trooper. That's my good karma for the day. So, new rain gear, so I'm excited about that. And I also, the backpack I'm wearing right now has been the backpack that has been in like all my videos where I've ever been riding, and that is a Field Shear backpack. And that jacket has seen better days. I'm down to one working zipper on the main compartment. It's coming apart. I've had it for, I don't know, 12, 13 years, something really long and ridiculous. And I don't just use it for motorcycling. You know, it's a nice everyday bag too. I don't know what happened here. Oh, crunch, crunch, crunch. Crunch, 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 crunch. Well, someone got hit. So, anywho, I spent probably a good hour and a half online last night looking at backpacks, looking at reviews on backpacks, YouTube videos about backpacks, if there was a review for that particular backpack or there's a video for it. And I finally settled on getting the Kriega R30. And it's a 30-liter backpack. Let me tell you, there is not much of a market for waterproof backpacks that are durable and being 100% waterproof. This one is mainly waterproof for the main container, the 30-liter, but there's some accessory. There's 2 pockets on the outside, zipper compartments that are smaller, and those are not waterproof. They're water resistant. So, with that being said, despite that, I pulled the trigger on that. I ordered it. It's definitely not a cheaper backpack like the one I'm wearing in my book bag, but again, you know, if it holds up as well as this one did, sometimes, you know, paying more for something doesn't always mean that it's better quality and it's going to last you a long time. So, you can't always follow that idiom, you get what you pay for. If it lasts as long as the backpack I'm using now, and it keeps my stuff dry, because the backpack I have behind me, it has a rain fly that comes out and puts the whole backpack into a shell and it cinches down. I have never, ever, ever had a problem with that, and I wish they still made my backpack. So in a way, I'm still kind of a little angry or bitter that they don't make my backpack anymore. I tried looking online, they don't make it. And I know that trooper is around here somewhere. He looked like he must have boogied. We're gonna behave. They did recently make this whole stretch of interstate 65 miles an hour, which I'm really happy about, because if you notice on my YouTube channel, if you go back some videos, like 2015, the end of 2015, I think, you'll notice that I got pulled over by Richmond County for going past the speed limit. And I always thought that it was ridiculous up here that on a multi-lane highway, because it shifts up here to 3 and 4 lanes, why the speed limit maintained 55 miles per hour. And they did the same thing up here for Bobby Jones, which is our like circular loop interstate around the city. So if you ever look at Augusta on a map, you'll have 520 that goes around it on the perimeter of the circle. That also was 55. So luckily, they got with the program, and wasn't really an Augusta decision or Richmond County decision. It was because the state went to 65 miles per hour. So, hello Georgia, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't have to worry about the tools here in Richmond County trying to milk me for every dollar that I'm worth. Or everybody else that's riding around or cruising around in a cage. Oh, so one thing I wanted to talk about, and I started talking about this yesterday to myself, because I'm not going to put that up on YouTube because I ran out of time. There wasn't enough time to thoroughly discuss the topic. And I wanted to talk about pistols. Now, I don't know how many of you are packing pistols, have pistols, if you are a concealed carry holder or not, but I am. And I've been one for 5 years now. In March, it'll be 5 years. I have to go renew my permit because it's only good for 5 years. And I thought I'd talk about how do you guys carry concealed on a motorcycle. And I saw a couple different people on YouTube, because, you know, I always do some research. I see what other people are doing first. My preferred style of concealed carry is to in waistband holster. So in my waistband, I'll be having my pistol. And I have two. I just recently, and this is probably what sparked out this conversation, is I just recently picked up a Glock 19 Gen 4 9mm. It's bigger than my usual concealed carry pistol, which is a smaller, much smaller Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380. I'll put pictures up on the video if I remember to do that later. So, with that said, normally I just carry it in my waistband. But I'm trying to think about, maybe I might want to change that up, do something a little different whenever I'm on my bike. Because what happens if you go off your bike? You don't want to have all that metal sitting right there as you're rolling through the woods or something ridiculous, or, you know, off the side. It's bad enough I got a backpack on and I have to deal with that if I end up going off. So I always try to be like Mr. Planner, you know, worst case scenario kind of guy. And so with this particular bike, with NC700X, I don't have the option for a magnetic tank bag, because this up here, the gas tank is actually behind me. It's not in front of me. What's in front of me is a plastic hard shell, container-esque kind of thing, and it's called what I call the frunk. If you look at my earlier reviews, you'll see what I'm talking about. But it opens up, and in there you can put all kinds of stuff. So I could put it in there, but then you have to actually use the key to get the compartment open and then be able to reach in and pull out your weapon. So not that I think I'm going to have to pull out a weapon when I'm on my bike, but again, I do want that to be accessible because you just never know. I saw some people that use either the tank bag setup, or they might have like a fanny pack put on like the front of the bike. And then they could just reach into that and pull out the pistol. If I'm still doing in waistbands, it's going to be underneath my motorcycle jacket. So, you know, how easy is that going to be to move my motorcycle jacket out of the way, plus whatever layer of clothing is on top of that that's concealing it from being seen. So what I want to know is, if you concealed carry on your motorcycle, how do you do it? What options do you prefer? Do you put it in another compartment on the bike? Do you keep it in your waistband? Do you maybe shift it into a pocket on your jacket? Because that is also an option, especially with this particular jacket. I have pockets all over the place. So that might be the easiest thing for me to do, is just put it in a pocket. So I'm just kind of curious what everyone's doing. Or even if you're not someone who does it, what do you think you would do if you had a pistol and you were going to conceal carry? Where would you put it? So that's what I was just kind of wondering about. It's how people do that. Always looking for advice and seeing how people might do things. And I might have to try out a couple of different things before I find something that I like. Changed my oil on the bike yesterday. It's a really nice warm day. It's perfect for changing oil. And I also have to change the oil in my car, but that can wait. I'd much rather ride the motorcycle when I can and just leave the car sitting there. Oh, green light. Ah, it was a green light, but not anymore. My face shield's fogging up. I need to get some of that cat crap stuff to rub on my visor. But anywho, I like my little things as I'm talking on the camera, saying anywho quite a bit. I don't normally have that integrated in my normal speech pattern. So it's entertaining to listen to myself, especially when I go back and watch these YouTube videos. I do know that one of my videos I want to do coming up is I kind of want to give a, I guess you could just call it a native's guide to Augusta for the Masters. And for those that don't know, Augusta's claim to fame around here is the Masters Golf Tournament, which happens in April, usually the first or second week. I want to say it's the first week. But the Masters, big shindig, tons of people come from all over the place to, you know, watch all these pro golfers do their thing. I'm actually not a golf fan. I could really care less about golf. It's not that exciting to watch, but you know, that's my opinion. And of course, we all know everyone has an opinion, and you can take mine with a grain of salt. But for all the, you know, the tons of people that come in and invade my city, I do want to try to put something together that kind of gives them a little cheat sheet on how to get around. Now, if you're wondering how bad it actually gets, I did have a YouTube video where I showcase myself right smack dab in Masters traffic, so you can kind of get an idea. This is actually, this road, this is Riverwatch Parkway. This is actually a small part of one of the solutions, but you don't actually come down this way. I would have turned off on an earlier street back there at the light. And that's Alexander Drive. But I figure, you know, I try to help some people out that come here and don't know anything, and maybe they go on YouTube to kind of figure out what to do. The city does post signs to try to help people get around, but I can tell you right now, they're not the most efficient way to get around. It's just where they want to try to direct the most traffic based on capacity for how much the road can actually, I guess how many cars you can put in there per time, per volume. So they do try to, I guess the word is like egress the traffic. So as a native, there's little shortcuts that you can take where you're not on roads that are packed out, and you can get around a little quicker than if you actually go with the flow and follow everybody else and look at the signs. And the same thing goes for GPS. You know, you fire up Google Maps and it's going to tell you how to do it, but it's not going to be the most optimal based on the traffic patterns for that time period. So I think I'm going to do something like that. It's going to take me a little bit of editing and putting it together just to kind of showcase what's what. But I used to work over at Electrolux Major Appliances, which is right smack dab across from the Augusta National, which is the name of the golf course the Masters have played on. So for 4.5 years, I had to commute to work and be directly on the other side of the Masters during Masters. Most people in Augusta decide to take their vacation during that week. All the schools here line up spring break to that first week in April, which is not at the same time as everybody else in the United States. It's usually like the second week of April, I believe. So we actually take spring break early to accommodate the Masters so everyone here can get the heck out of Dodge. And that's usually what happens. People rent out their houses, they throw up the deuces, they go away on vacation. Our city gets flooded by all the people that aren't here during the year. It's great for local businesses, I'm sure, but for everyone else, we hate it. Augusta is not equipped to handle all this extra traffic. And so, with that being said, I think I'm going to try and put something together just to help people out. Let's see, what else has been going on with me that would be cool to talk about? Oh, so if you guys remember my Honda NC700X review, where I'm standing there in the parking lot and I flip the camera around on Jennifer. She handled that so well. Man, we got engaged May 2016, and I chartered a Cessna, a small plane, and we went up and did a sunset tour of the city. And we also, as part of the package at Daniel Village for that particular airstrip, the name eludes me right now. I think it's just Daniel Field. And they also will do cheese and crackers with wine of your choice on the balcony as it overlooks the airstrip. So you can, after your flight, you just go up on the balcony, a little private area, and you can overlook the airstrip and kind of sit on this deck. And it's really nice. But I proposed there, and so we're actually going to be getting married sometime this year, probably April or so. So that'll be some good news coming up here soon. I know I'm looking forward to it. So I want to know what's been going on with you guys, especially the ones that have been subscribed to my channel and you've left me comments before. What's going on with you in this year? What are your goals or aspirations for 2017? You got any big life-changing things happening? What's going on in your world? So just give me a holler, let me know how you're doing. Again, I'm just kind of like the worst motorcycle vlogger ever based on frequency. I used to be so good about posting tons of videos all the time, but like I said, my ride time has decreased. But I'm going to try and see if I can't make a point to do more vlogs. And if there's anything you're wondering about motorcycle-wise, or, riding style-wise, or how do you do this or how do you do that, let me know. I already covered counter steering. And just let me know. Just take a look. If maybe there's somebody else that tried to explain something that you looked up and they didn't quite do all that great of a job and you're still kind of confused or wondering how something works, just drop me a line, and if I have some insight into it, I'll cover it. And if not, I can do some research, figure it out, and also cover it. So just let me know. And if you have any questions about the Honda NC700X, let me know about that too. I am on one, so I can let you know anything you want to know. I know it's a little bit difficult to tell you if a particular model helmet will fit in this bike as far as the front goes, just because I don't have all the helmets. But aside from that, I can pretty much, answer anything else that you might want to know. So with that said, over and out. Hope everyone's doing well. Enjoy, and I'll see you guys later. Over and out.